Hello there, I'm Nicholas Snively, a Florida native and owner of Southern Gulf Coast Mortgage. Since 2005, I've navigated every Florida real estate storm. I didn't just start out as a broker. I worked my way up through the trenches as an underwriter, a processor, and an originator. That means that when we speak, you aren't just getting a sales pitch. You're getting 20 years of technical expertise. I know the fine print that other guys miss. I'm here to make sure that your first home purchase is as smooth as a Florida Gulf Coast sunset. So first of all, let's go ahead and debunk three major myths. Let's start with the biggest lie in real estate. You need 20% down to save for a home. Unless you've been living with your parents for the last 10 years eating ramen noodles, or if you just won the lottery, saving 20% to purchase a home is like trying to catch a seagull with your bare hands. It's very frustrating and you're highly likely to get pooped on.
You! Get back here! Oh, that is disgusting!
The reality, most of my buyers are getting in for as little as 3% down, 3.5% down, or in some cases, as little as 0% down. So on a $350,000 house, that's the difference in cutting a $10,000 check and a $70,000 check. I don't know about you, but I'd much rather use that on a new boat or perhaps a really nice lawnmower. Myth number two, my credit needs to be 800 to qualify. Look, we all love to have 800 credit scores, just like we all love to have six-pack abs. The reality of the world is that life happens. The car breaks down, it needs repairs. You have a medical bill that maybe you forgot about. Things happen. If your credit score is in the 600s or even 580s, don't close that Zillow app just yet. I'm a broker and I'm designed to find a lender that suits your credit history and your goals. And finally, myth number three, I'm waiting for the market to crash and rates to hit 2% again. Waiting for the perfect time to buy a house in Florida is like waiting for a day in July when it's not humid. You're going to be waiting a long time and you're going to be miserable. In the event that rates drop, competition is going to explode. And everyone that's been hiding in the bushes is going to be going out there and competing against you, paying over asking price for the home that you're in love with. The move is to get into the home right now at a beautiful price that you love in terms and conditions, and then we can refinance you later in the event that rates should drop. Okay, so now that we've debunked the myths, let's talk about the actual how-tos. Most people think the mortgage process is as fun as a root canal during a hurricane. At Southern Gulf Coast Mortgage, we streamlined it so it's more like a quick trip to Publix minus the wait for a chicken tender sub. Okay, so first things first, we start with the application. Think of this like a first date. I'm going to ask you questions about your job history, your income, and your credit history. Now, I want you to not worry about discussing your credit history with me because I've seen credit scores everywhere, far and few between, some that look like golf scores. So you're not going to offend me. I'm here to coach and not to judge. Next, step two, the Big Four scavenger hunt. I need the Big Four documents. This is where you realize you haven't seen your W-2 since the last time the Bucks won the Super Bowl. I just need a copy of your pay stubs, your W-2s, your bank statements, a copy of your ID, and hopefully you won't look like a wanted fugitive. So dig through that junk drawer in the kitchen, the one with the expired batteries and the 50 loose keys, and find these docs. Send them to me and the hard part is over. Step three, math magic. Once I have your docs, I'm going to look at your debt to income ratio. This is where I look at your total overall debts versus your gross income and lets me know what programs you qualify for. If your car payment is higher than your future mortgage, we may need to have a heart-to-heart conversation here. But as a broker, a financial matchmaker, I'm here to find a lender that sees your DTI as being as sexy as a sunset and siesta key. So the next step is program selection. This is the most important step. We decide which bucket you fit into. We have FHA, it's great for lower credit scores or smaller down payments. Conventional, ideal if you have a slightly higher credit score and want to drop mortgage insurance later. Then we have veterans. I'm a VA approved broker and can get you great 0% down financing, well experienced with VA as well. Okay, so step five is the golden ticket. Finally, I hand you a signed pre-approval letter. This isn't just a piece of paper, it's your golden ticket. It says Nick Snively has checked the math, verified the docs, and this buyer is ready to roll. Without it, you're just a tourist. With it, you are a homeowner in waiting. All right, so by now we've covered a lot. By now you've realized that the mortgage process is not a monster under your bed. It's just a series of check boxes. I have been doing this since 2005. To put that into context, I've been doing this since their Motorola Razr phones were the coolest thing on the planet. I've seen every type of market that Florida can throw at us. I've survived booms, busts, and more hurricanes than you can possibly imagine. At Southern Gulf Coast Mortgage, we don't get rattled, we just get results. Where do we go from here? You have two options. Option A, you can go back to scrolling Zillow at 11 p.m., looking at houses that you think you can afford, but not sure whether the rate is correct, and guessing on what monthly payment you might make based upon an internet calculator that maybe hasn't been updated since the 90s. Or option B, you can click that button that just popped up below. The button leads to my personal calendar. I'm inviting you to attend a free 15-minute strategy session. Once I notice I didn't say that 15 minutes would be bothering you while you're trying to eat dinner. This is just a sanity check where you look at your goals, your timeline, and see which one of these programs fits your life. So I know what some of you guys are thinking. Nick, I'm just not ready yet. I need to work on my credit. I want to see what the market does, etc. I'm planning on buying in 12 months. Well, now is the perfect time to just have a 15-minute phone call with me. There's a few hiccups on your credit. We could go ahead and address those now so you can work on those in the meantime. So when you find the perfect kitchen island in Sarasota or the perfect backyard with barbecue and patio in Tampa, and you have 24 hours to make an offer, I'm right there behind you and we're ready to go. If you're serious about building your wealth through real estate and stop being a renter, let's schedule a 15-minute call. So again, I'm Nicholas Snively with Southern Gulf Coast Mortgage. I appreciate you spending this time with me today. If you want to stop being a renter and start being a neighbor, click that button below. Let's schedule a 15-minute call, and I'll look forward to speaking with you there. Thanks again.